Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with a new thoughts, analysis, and rant. So, recently, as you may already know, Samsung did their Unpacked event. Basically, the main event is the Samsung Galaxy Note 10, and a new variant of the Note 10 is the 10 Plus. Not only that, both models will come in 5G variants. But this is my thoughts, analysis, and rant. And so I'm just gonna tell you right now what I think of this device. Samsung is slowly killing off the Note 10, and I am so sad, and I cannot believe I'm absolutely saying those words. But first and foremost, let's get on with the specs, because as usual, that's what we're gonna go by. So, what are the specs for these two devices? So, obviously, we're gonna get into the screen. AMOLED. The Note 10 has 6.3 inches. The Note 10 Plus is 6.8 inches. And here's a disappointing part: the 10 only comes in 1080, while the 10 Plus comes in 1440. Corning Gorilla Glass HDR 10 Plus always on display feature comes with Android 9 Pie with their One UI. The chipset is in 855 for the USA, and for many of the countries or various countries, it will come with the Exynos 9825, which is 7 nanometer. Not only that, it will come with base 256 gig storage, while it has a RAM of 8 gig on the 10 and 256 or 512 gigabytes of storage depending on which one you want. Both have 12 gigs of RAM, but the 10 has no SD expandable card slot, while the 10 Plus has it. Moving on to the camera, it has all three cameras. One 12 megapixels with variable aperture on the back, and then the second thing is 12 megapixels and then 16 megapixels. You got the ultra wide telephoto, and you got the regular or just wide. All of them have the same cameras, and has optical zoom, dual pixel phase detect autofocus, optical OIS on the main camera, while the telephoto has 2 times optical zoom. It comes with the LED flash that comes within the territory, and then on the front camera, which is basically a hole on front of the screen in the center, which is one of the design features that they have, has 10 megapixels f2.2 dual phase detect autofocus, but it does not have OIS. I wonder why. Again, HTC done it. I don't understand why they can't do it now. The good thing is, as on 1080, it has 240 frames, which you can do slow motion for both models. It has stereo speakers, no headphone jack. Yes, no headphone jack. It comes with Dolby Atmos AKG sounds. It will come with the earbuds, but the earbuds is connected via USB-C, USB Type-C. Comes with aptX, Bluetooth 5.0, GPS. It has NFC. Comes with FM radio, 3.1 Type-C, fingerprint scanner, and then it comes with Samsung DeX via USB Type-C cord, so you don't need a special dock, which is pretty cool. In terms of battery, on the 10, 3500 milliamps battery on the 10, and then 10 Plus comes 4300 milliamps battery. Has fast charging. They actually upgraded fast charging to 25 watts, and then the wireless charging is now 20 watts for both cameras. Colors will come in, they call it Aura. So Aura Glow which is an iridescent color, or a white and or a black for the 10. And then for the 10 plus, or a glow, or a white and or a black. There is another color, or a blue, which is only being exclusive to Samsung and Best Buy. And not only that, it has a volume toggle or volume buttons and a power buttons which also serves as your Bixby button, but there's no separate Bixby button, which I wish they should have a separate button, but make it customized, not just a Bixby button but also customize it. And last but not least, it's not a Note if it doesn't have that pen, the S Pen. Well, the S Pen has a major upgrade. It's still Bluetooth, but it comes with a few gestures which you can swipe pictures, or you can even do certain things to it, which can be your remote, but that is about it. So when it comes to prices, the 10 is $950 and the 10 plus is $1,040. So what is my thoughts about this phone? Well, as I said in the beginning, Samsung is slowly killing off the Note 10. When it comes to looks, it looks great, but is it a major upgrade? If you have the Note 9, should you upgrade? I say no. This is, I really don't understand the point of having two phones. And here's the thing, okay, the 10 reminds me of the Note 5 or the Note 7 sizes, and then the 10 Plus is almost at a tablet size, which is 6.8. Heck, 0.2 you can make it 7 inches. So I mean, it's underwhelming. I feel underwhelmed about this phone. Usually you would have everything. The 10 model seems like it's missing something, but the 10 Plus has everything. And I'm gonna get to the things I don't like on the rant. But my thoughts about this phone is underwhelming, and there is no reason you should upgrade, and there is no reason you should pay for this phone at a full price. Absolutely no reason at all. So let's get on to the analysis. So in a world where every flagship phone needs to have a Plus and a smaller variant, it seems like Samsung, well, not seems like, but Samsung is doing the same thing, just following the trend. When the Note came out, it created the market, it created that segment, it created that class, it created that trend. And now the Note is just following the trend. So it is not a trendsetter anymore. It is not the class leading anymore, unless you want that pen. But in terms of specs, there's nothing about it. You could just go, if you want a Samsung phone without the pen, just get an S10. And so when it comes to the segmentation and when it comes to the competition, it seems like the Note 10 is not bringing anything to the table. What does it have that makes it so unique that a person must get it? And for some reason there isn't, because if you want the pen, just go get the Note 9, which is much more lower price. Now that the Note 10 is here, the Note 9 is just gonna get lower, and that is what you should get. And so when it comes to the financial forecast of Samsung, specifically Note 10 and the 10 Plus, it seems like these two models, or you just want to say just this Note 10, is not gonna be well received by the general consumer. Which I mean is that they're not gonna sell a lot of these compared to the Note 10 or Note 9 or previous Notes, because there's nothing differentiating about this phone other than, again, the pen, but everything else is that there's nothing special about this. And so do expect Samsung sales to decrease, especially on the Note 10. And they're just gonna play, and I hate to say this, they're just gonna play catch up to Apple. If Apple releases 3 models of the same model, oh, Samsung will follow, and I just don't get it. But when it comes to the general consumer, again, you don't need to get this. There's really nothing special about this phone, and you have to be underwhelmed. And I guess if you do want to get this, then please again, get this for the pen. But then again, you can get the Note 9. And so let's get on to my rant, and I have a lot. Okay, so the 10 Plus has a 512 gigabyte storage variant, and yet you have a SD card slot, but you don't have it on the 10. I don't get it. Where's the consistency here? I really don't understand. No headphone jack. So they say, so I'm looking at their press conference, and they say that it's to create, to make the space be more useful, whether it be bigger battery, whether it be whatever it may be, better speaker or whatever. It could be something, right? But here's the thing, okay? So let's look at the Note 9. The Note 9 had a 4,000 milliamp battery, right? So the Note 9 size is 6.4 inches, which has 4,000 milliamps of battery, and the Note 10 Plus has a 4,300. But that's because that's due to the bigger size. It went from 6.4 to 6.8 inches. Now let's look at the Note 5, okay? So the Note 5 has a size of 5.7, and it has a battery of 3,000 milliamps, okay? Now let's check out the Note 7. Now hopefully the Note 7 is now a Samsung FE. So the Note 7, right, has a, actually, you know what, I'm not gonna say Note 7, let's just call it Note FE. That way it's a bigger, it's a better comparison. So the Note FE has a 5.7 inches, right, and it has a 32 milliamps battery. Now let's look at the 10, the Note 10. It has a 6.3, but it has a 3,500 milliamps. So it's only 300 milliamps more. And remember, the Note FE has a headphone jack, even though it's smaller. So the ratio of the battery space and the screen size, or the device sizes, just doesn't equate the reason as to why there's no headphone jack. And not only that, the headphone jack is actually smaller in diameter compared to the Samsung S Pen or the Samsung Hole. I don't get it. Again, it just doesn't make sense, and it breaks my heart that Samsung is slowly killing off the Note 10. So there's no Bixby button. There's a reason why. I wish they would have additional button for shortcuts. That's what I mean by that. Why remove it at all? Why? It just doesn't make sense. Now, pricing. The Note 10 has $950, and the 10 Plus is $1,040. First of all, these are not even worth the price. The 10 should just be $800, and the 10 Plus should only be $900. Okay, it's not worth the price. If you get a deal on this, then you should get that deal. Okay, if you do not get a deal on this, then don't even get it. So check this out. The Note FE has a 1440 screen resolution, and yet the Note 10 has a 1080. Again, why am I paying something less? I mean, why am I paying something more for less? That absolutely just sucks. It just sucks. Another rant of mine is, why have two models? Why have two variants at all? Why can't we just have one Note 10? Why have two? I mean, Samsung is just making things confusing. They're also gonna have another 5G variant. Who's gonna use a 5G variant? Seriously, one person, two person, 10 person, 100 person? 5G is not even out yet. It's not. I mean, you can say, oh, some select cities have it. Yeah, but come on, it's really, seriously. There just isn't. The market is not even here yet. I mean, it's getting ridiculous as to what Samsung is doing. Samsung doesn't even have a direction for the Note 10. Now, I do like the fact that Samsung DeX doesn't need a separate dock. You just need a USB Type-C cord, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. And another thing is that free cameras, and yet the selfie camera doesn't have an OIS. Seriously, why is it that HTC has an OIS camera in front on the HTC 10 and yet these new devices don't even have one? Why? I just don't get it. Another thing is that on the back cameras, only two have OIS, but the ultra wide doesn't have OIS. Look, if you're gonna do that and you're gonna make the device bigger, why not just have all three of them have OIS, optical image stabilization? And so, I mean, that's it for my rant, but that's way too long of a list of a rant. I really hope that Samsung knows that. I really hope that Samsung has a future for the Note. But with this presentation, it seems like they're killing off the Note. The device that started it all when it comes to bigger and bigger screen and make the phablet market on its own, it is slowly dying. Not because of the consumers, not because of the way we use our devices, but the company that is creating this device is killing its own device. If I was the Note 10 that just happens to speak, I'd say, why'd you do this? Why are you killing me? It's sad. It's sad. I mean, I may even proclaim that this is the beginning of the end of the Note 10. And so, if you disagree with me, let me know down in the comments below. But if you do disagree with me, again, let me know down in the comments below. And so, that basically concludes my thoughts, analysis, and rant on the Samsung Galaxy Note 10. Bye-bye.